from Strike Gold Lanes in Pojoaque, where for the title matches of today's JBT event. 3 title matches going on at once. Real quick, over in the U17, it's John Green taking on Dante Uribari. Some familiar faces from this weekend, both of them rolling well. That's a 1-game scratch title match over there for the U17 title. Our main divisions are over here, scratch on the left, handicap on the right. They are playing a format called Tat. That's an acronym for 1 and done or 2 and through. The higher seeded bowlers, which is that guy Alex Harmon and this guy Santi Navarrete, need to win 1 match. So if they win this first game, it's over and they win the titles. If their opponents, who are Jared Basie bowling right now and Zach Harvey somewhere off screen, there he is, if they win the first game, they'll bowl a second game for the titles. So even though the pinfall from qualifying dropped, that qualifying position is uber important. It really puts you in the captain's seat. It didn't work for top seed Will Davis, though. He fell to Harvey in 2 games, Zach throwing 279 in the decider, while Navarrete was the handicap division top seed. So it's 3 versus 4 in handicap, in scratch rather, and 1 versus 3 handicap. No, and Navarrete just barely scrapes that 5. And he's had an interesting day. Besides being the top seed, he was the last bowler in the building as he missed all of practice, and it didn't faze him whatsoever. Then he went to the can right before the title match, and with his bowling shoes on, and you know how well that goes, so he's been doing emergency shoe surgery ever since. Seems to have the problem fixed as he opened in the first but spared here in the second. Looks like he threw it normally there in the third, even though he didn't get the result he wanted. Basie has to win by 4 to tie and 5 to win each game. Hopefully games as far as Jared is concerned. So he's got a big old split to shoot at. He'll switch balls and give it a try. That's going to be pretty close. Yeah! Oh! I was halfway through saying yeah, and somehow the 7 pin didn't fall. Man, bad break on a really good split attempt. Jared, you've seen on camera this year, he was the runner-up at main event. $2,000 for that for Jared, so he's pretty much on what we call a free roll the rest of the season. It's all gravy from here after second and main event. But would still love to become a JBT champ. We had 2 first-time winners yesterday. We could have 2 first-time winners today. I don't know when the last time that's happened for sure. To have all 4 main winners win the first title in their division. It's been a very long time. I'm sure ever. Well, the first tournament. Number 1 would have been by default, right? I wonder if anybody, look out, everybody who listens can name who won JBT event number 1 in 1997. I know one's still a avid bowler. I don't know about the other one. Anywho, 24 seasons later, here's Basie shooting a washout, and that's gonna just get the count, and that's it. But it's only his first Open, so he's in good shape. Nice story here for Alex Harmon. He has been one of the bowlers doing the proverbial paying your dues. In a lot of miscuts, some slow progress and improvement, and the breakthrough event today for sure. Getting past Green, he had to win 2 matches to do so to get to this, his first career title match of any division. Nice to see a dedicated bowler have sort of that breakout event. But he's got to finish it off against Harvey, who also spent forever winning that first stretch title. He's got 1 now. And that's a bad miss from Alex. You got to make those makeables, and instead he falls behind in this game. As the higher seed, you cannot think about the fact that you have that wiggle room with a bonus match in your pocket. Pretend like if you lose, it's over. So we heard how Dante felt about that shot. Much tougher pattern today, winding road. After yesterday's astronomically scoring yellow brick road, is pretty middle of the path today. Will was your top seed at plus 144, and the cut was 30 some odd down in scratch. Everybody leads through 6 frames by a pin after that chop. Another 9 count in the 7th. Nice 5-pin conversion. That's only Santi's second mark in 5 frames, though. Well, Harmon was able to convert his single pin. And it's Harvey with a 9-pin lead after all that through 4 frames. Jared almost always with a smile on his face, which I love, which kind of allows me to pick on the poor kid when he's just lost in space half the time as he seems to be. Nice kid. Well, switches to a ball that hooks a ton for the corner pin. I'm not sure about that one, but it knocked it over.
Pick it up.
You do you, Jared Basie. You do you. Still a 1-pin game over in U17. Zach can extend to a 19-pin lead over here with a strike.
Good job, bud.
Oh, real well. Wow. Just dissects that rack. Airborne messenger over towards the town. Had some stank on that. Zach, of course, does the weirdest thing. He puts his thumb on the ball, the only one of the 4 main finalists to do so. He actually, I would say he has a higher rev rate than Alex, though. There's different rev rates even for 2-handers. Zach, Alex more of that sort of Anthony Simonson sort of, roll it off your wrist 2-handed release, while Zach just pops it with all he's got. But what Alex has right now is a situation here is if he doesn't convert this, he's going to be trailing by a bunch. And a bunch it is. Sonny will take the Brooklyn for his first strike. U17 coming down to the wire. They are still a 1-pin game. Both bowlers have a strike working, shooting in the 9th. Great job by Ed Romero and his team for hosting us. Romero family been around this tour forever. Appreciate all they do for us. Duncan's got 8s. Alex has 7. He's in big trouble. Nobody exactly slow bowling left in the field here. We are 7 minutes in and already just about through this game. Tricky split for Dante in the 9th. Oh, nice conversion there. Didn't lose any count either. Alex has the spare, but he's running out of time. He's got 191 max. Now Barrett in trouble. Could be looking to go the distance here. This is payback for the round where we went 7-1 with the higher seeds winning. Not much has gone right for the higher seeds. Green unable to strike anything, so if he can spare it up, it'll still be a 1-pin match. Harvey looking to put this bad boy away and take it to a decider. Trip 4 will please him and the family very much. Oh, but Green chops the spare over there. He's going to fall way behind. It's been a great weekend for him, but a chance for a bitter end. As he's up quickly in the 10th. 10-pin means that Dante will just need count 10th to win. Whew, take a breath here. Los Angeles next weekend for the Primo, $3,000 in added money. If you're watching this, for whatever reason, come on out. As John goes El Lofto. Santiago lofts it a lot too. John often lofts it, but he's lofting it with a rubber ball. That thing might. Yeah. I think that was actually a fault. I think that was like a tennis thing going on over there. That's rubber he was using. I didn't know that until this morning. That was rubber he was using last night too to win the title. 8 should be plenty over there, right? Yep. So Dante is going to win the U17, the happiest man in bowling. He's always so salty. We got Jared who can never stop smiling, and Dante who can never stop frowning, regardless of result in either direction. Ah, the differing personalities. Alex is basically done over here, so we're going to bowl one more in each of our main divisions, or at least in scratch. Handicap, I guess, can still turn here. Never it. Looks like it's just spraying and praying right now, really. So we can get his game back under control.
Good job, bud.
Well,
Good job.
first, fourth, and second, not so bad. You walked into this building a JBT non-champ. You walk out a former champ. Take that. Jeez, that was a little rough. Sorry, John. Well, his dad tried to bribe me into a mulligan here, so I gotta be rough back. Yeah, this isn't gonna work out for Santa either. So we got game 2 coming up for all the marbles in the main divisions. John's still bowling, one-handed though. Oh, look out! Pins everywhere. He'll take it. Zach just wants to keep the rhythm going and keep the pretty good look that he has on this pair. The bad shots have mostly been bad execution. It looks like when he throws it well, he's at least in the pocket. Glad he had the room for that. There, much better shot. Jared. Well, tuning in to part 2 and part final. See whether Zach adds a title or 3 non-winners change that status. Ah, strikes from anywhere. I don't know for sure whether Zach's trying to stay lined in or fishing around, but if he's trying to stay lined in, that's not the best 9th and 10th frame he looked a little less zoned in than he was in the middle of the match. Purely a practice frame coming up here for Alex. I would suggest that he does try something different.
Finish trying.
So he can get a better look for his title. 2-game title matches are a totally different creature. When there was 2 qualifying squads, Josh Blanchard would famously, sometimes barely even try and score in the first block and just kind of use it as a fishing session to see what was available out there and then just completely whack them the second block. It's on a much smaller scale, but we'll see if that's the case. Let's see what Alex tries here. Definitely deeper. Shows you the difference in the 2 patterns between yesterday and today. Yesterday that would have just skidded right back to the pocket and probably carried the way it was going. Today there's not that limitless free hold in the middle. He would love you to, but if you got to hit the rope and take a picture, do so. It's totally up to you. You can take a picture and get out of here, or wait for this next game. Doesn't matter to us either way. All right, part 2 coming up in just a minute.